Thank you so much for coming today. Can I ask your name first?
Yeah, I'm Lily.
Lily, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, where are you from?
I'm from Australia.
Australia? Mm-hmm. Which part of Australia?
Sydney.
Sydney. And are you a student?
Yes, I'm an exchange student at the University of Tokyo.
What grade are you in?
I'm third year.
Third year.
Yeah.
What's your major?
So in Australia, I study medical science, but on exchange, I'm doing a bunch of different things, but mainly focusing on Japanese language.
That's interesting. So today, we're going to eat unagi.
Yes.
Have you tried unagi before?
Not yet, no.
No? So it's your first time?
Yes, first time. I'm very excited.
Let's go inside.
Let's go.
We arrived at the restaurant. What do you think about this restaurant so far?
Yeah, it's really nice. It's a lot fancier than where I usually go.
Yeah. So we have a big window here. It's completely different topic, but I really love seeing skies. And today's sunset is very beautiful.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think the sky in Tokyo is different from the sky in Sydney?
Not really. It's very similar, but you can still see more of the sky in the city because I think Japan is it's built out rather than built up, so there's not too many skyscrapers, so it's easy to see the sky even in the city. But in Sydney, like you can only see it if you look up. Like you can't like look out and see it. So it's nice that like even if you're on the ground, you can still see it nicely. But yeah, in Sydney you can't do that.
Is the climate also like very different? Is the climate different?
It's still hot, but I think it's worse in Japan because it's a lot more humid.
Yeah.
So where I can usually cool down in Australia by going to the shade, I can't in Japan because it's still just it's so like wet everywhere. Like the air is wet, so it's very difficult to cool down. But the cooling pads are definitely very helpful, like the wipes.
Yeah. So why did you decide Japan as a country to study abroad?
So I initially learned Japanese in high school for about 4 years. But when I started university, I couldn't fit language studies into my degree pathway. So I wasn't able to continue studying, and I always knew that I wanted to do an exchange, and I didn't want to do it to somewhere that was going to be very similar to where I like grew up, like some like another either European or Western style country. So I figured if that rules out like Europe and the Western world, then I could pick somewhere from like Asia. And I already knew a little bit of Japanese, and I wanted to kind of like relearn all of my Japanese again. So I thought it would be nice to come here for a little bit. And I've always been interested in the culture and like the history and the like the buildings and like the landscape. So I thought it would be cool to travel around as well while studying in the country.
I see. So when did you come to Japan?
So I arrived at the beginning of March.
So it's like 4 months. And is it a 1 semester exchange or 1 year exchange?
1 semester.
1 semester. So you're living
at the end of August.
Oh,
yeah.
It's really short.
It is really short. Yeah, I thought it would be long enough. I was like, 6 months. That sounds like quite a long time. But yeah, it's gone by really quickly. So I'm a little bit disappointed that I don't get to spend more time here.
Have you visited like many places in Japan?
So when I came in March, I went traveling around some of the major cities in Japan. So I went to Sapporo.
You went to Sapporo?
Yeah. I went to Sapporo, and then I went to Tokyo, Kyoto and Osaka as well, and Hiroshima and Fukuoka.
Oh, so you've been to so many different parts of Japan.
all over Japan.
Which city is your favorite?
I really liked Osaka, but also Sapporo as well. Yeah, because it was the first time I got to see snow.
Yeah.
So that was really exciting.
You don't have snow in Australia?
Only in like very, very, very certain places. Yeah. So like
not in Sydney.
Yeah, we have like a specific place called the Snowy Mountains where it snows in winter.
Yeah.
But everywhere else it doesn't really snow that much.
So it was fun.
Yeah, it was really cool to see. Yeah, I like played around with the snow a lot, and yeah, but it was really cold. It was a lot colder than I was used to.
Yeah, true.
It was a really good experience.
So it's here. Yeah. So we're gonna open the box and look what it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so before we eat, I think we should like wipe our hands. So yeah, open. Do you have this kind of wet towels in Australia?
Not really, no. It's like at home, you can wash your hands before eating.
Yeah.
But at restaurants, they don't usually provide anything to like clean your hands, which is a little bit frustrating sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to go to the bathroom to wash my hands first. But
It's all ready to eat.
Yeah.
Do you itadakimasu?
In Japan, yes.
Yeah.
Itadakimasu. It's good.
It's your first time eating eel, right?
Yeah.
Is this taste like different from what you expect, or?
Yes. But at the same time, it makes sense how it tastes. Like, I thought it would taste chickeny. But it tastes fishy, which makes sense because it is a fish.
So this is called umachi, which is like egg roll, but inside it's eel. So yeah, you can try it. Yeah.
Oishii.
I see. It feels different from the unaju. Yeah.
It's different. I thought it would be like just eggy.
Yeah.
But you can taste the eel, which is really nice.
Do you have egg roll in Australia? Because egg roll is one of the like most common like bento food in Japan. So
yeah, like when you go to a Japanese restaurant in Australia, definitely if you get a bento, it comes with an egg roll. But like with regards to Australian cooking, it's more like an omelette. An omelette or like scrambled. Like it's
not a roll.
Yeah, not quite a roll. Yeah,
I see. So in most cases, when we order unaju, it comes with this soup, but it's not. It's different from miso soup, but it's more like less flavor, but more like refreshing soup. And what's inside is mitsuba. I don't know what the English name is, but it's the green leaf stuff here. Yeah. The other one here is kimo, which is like liver of unagi. So yeah, try it.
Very refreshing, definitely.
Yeah. What kind of soup is like common in Australia?
For us, soup isn't a side dish, it's more of the main meal. Like we eat it as a main dish, and we have it with bread on the side instead. So some people have like plain, just like defrosted bread, like just normal bread.
Yeah.
Some people like toast bread and put butter. So usually in my family we toast it and we put butter on it because it's nice to have like the crispy bread with like the softness of the butter and then dip it into the soup and eat it
so you
together
dip
like
it?
that. Yes, so you dip the bread in the soup.
So what kind of like soup is it?
So we have all different kinds of soups. Like there's soups that are just like liquid, and then there's soups with like vegetables and meat in it. So sometimes we have like things like pumpkin soup or French onion soup as well. Otherwise, in my family, we eat a lot of like minestrone soup. Yeah, minestrone is like quite well known. Yeah, so we have that one. Or otherwise, like beef soups as well. Like not quite stews, but more of like a little bit more soupy. If that makes sense. Yeah.
And here, that's like tsukemono, so it's Japanese pickles. So yeah, you can also try that too. Yeah. It's very crunchy, right?
Yeah. It tastes like cucumber.
Because it's cucumber. Yeah. Do you have pickles in Australia?
Yes. But it's a little bit different. It's more kind of bitter flavor.
Oh, bitter?
Yeah. So we put it as like on burgers. Like if you go to McDonald's, they always put pickles on it. But we don't usually have it as just like on the side. It's usually inside something for like extra flavor or to kind of balance the flavors a bit more. But it's very like you either hate it or you love it. People are very divided in that. But like the people that love it really, really love it, and the people that hate it really, really hate it. So
which side are you?
I really like it. But some people will like eat pickle on its own, like they'll just eat a whole pickle. But I wouldn't go that far.
I see.
But I do definitely like pickle.
When you think of like Australia, like what's your first like food you come up with?
Definitely Vegemite.
Vegemite. What is it?
Yeah, so it's like a spread that you can put on like bread and toast, but it's very different. I don't think
it's not like a peanut butter.
Yeah, like people. Like a lot of people come to Australia and like they've never heard of it before, so it's very like Australian to try it. Like when people come to Australia, they're like, oh, I have to try Vegemite. But it's like something that people either really like or they really hate it. So it's very acquired. It's a very acquired, like very strange taste. I heard it's made from like yeast, like beer. Yeah, but like with salt and malt as well, so it's like sweet and bitter and salty all together
at the same time.
Yeah, all at the same time, so it's very strange.
But it's very common in Australia.
Yeah, it's very common. It's like the most Australian kind of like snacky kind of food that you can hear about.
So is it for food or is it for sweets?
Well, it's mainly like you put it on toast. So most people have it either on a sandwich, like for lunch, or for breakfast.
I see.
But yeah, some people put a lot, and some people put very little. I put very little because I don't like it a lot. Like I don't hate it, but I don't really like it, and it's very strong. So I can only do with like a little bit of it on, but my mom will put like really like put it on very thick. I'm like, oh my gosh, how can you eat that?
I see.
Yeah.
I think I've never seen Vegemite in Japan.
Yeah, I think I saw it at a convenience store once.
Convenience store?
Yeah, at the Family Mart underneath, because I live in like an international student accommodation, and like the Family Mart is like inside the building.
Oh, I see.
So I think it might be like specific to that Family Mart because they know that there's a lot of international students. But it was only there for like a really short amount of time. So either it wasn't popular, or it was like a limited time thing. But yeah, it was like one of the really small jars. And I was tempted to get some, but I was like, I don't like it enough to buy it in Japan. I'll wait till I go back to Australia.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, I think it's definitely something that I think everyone should give a try when they go to Australia. But get a small jar first because you don't know if you'll like it or not.
I see. So that's sansho inside. So it's like Japanese spice.
Okay.
So if you want to like
wasabi?
It's not wasabi. It's a little bit spicy, but it's definitely different from wasabi. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Because I can do spicy, but not wasabi.
So it's not wasabi. So
Okay.
maybe you can try. Yeah. So put a little amount on the unagi. Yeah.
I don't know if that was too much. It's nice.
Oh, really?
Not spicy at all.
Oh, really? Okay.
Not spicy.
So yeah, it changes the taste a little bit. So yeah,
It does, yeah.
maybe like eat half through it, so you can put it like to taste different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. It definitely does add a little bit of flavor. Is it meant to be hot spicy?
It's not like spicy, but it's like little like stimulus on your tongue. So
Oh, really?
you didn't feel it?
Is it like just like herby?
Yeah. Herby, but a little bit like spicy.
Oh, okay.
But in different spiciness from wasabi. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I could definitely taste like the herbiness, but not the spiciness.
Okay. I was wondering, what is the legal age for drinking in Australia?
So in Australia, it's 18.
18?
Yeah.
You're 20, right?
Yes, I'm
So
20.
you can legally drink in Japan, but you're already able to.
Already, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Is it very like strict about the drinking in Australia?
Yeah, it's quite strict. Like they're very strict with like checking
IDs.
and making sure that you're legal. So if you go to a bar, they'll be like they'll check your ID multiple times. Like even if you look over 18, like legally they're required that if you look under 25 to check your ID.
Oh, it's like a law?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so
interesting.
so sometimes like because they have CCTV, so sometimes like if they see that someone has come in who looks under 25 and you haven't asked for their ID, then the business can like be kind of investigated by the police for not checking ID, which
That's a little scary.
it is definitely scary. Yeah, I would not like to be on that end. But yeah, like even when you walk into a liquor store, because you can't buy alcohol at convenience stores.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
they have select stores that you buy alcohol from, and it's not very common. So when you walk into an alcohol store, like the employees are always like watching you to like see if you say anything that might give you away as being underage. Like, are you a cheeky underage kid, you know, trying to buy alcohol before you should be, you know? And like they always check your ID. So I was so used to having my ID being checked that when I came to Japan and no one asked for my ID, I was really surprised. Like, there have been a number of times where I've accidentally ordered something alcoholic because I didn't know that it was alcoholic, and I was given no indication because they didn't ask for my ID. Like, I thought, oh, if I was getting an alcoholic drink, surely they would ask me for my ID, and then I could be like, oh, actually I don't want that because it's alcoholic, and I didn't know it was alcoholic. But most of the time, like, I would get my drink and then I would try it and I would be like, oh, this is alcohol, and I did not mean to order alcohol. Yeah, like especially lemon sours. In Australia, a lemon sour is just kind of like lemonade.
Oh, the same name but different.
Yeah, so it's just like lemonade. So
you thought it's a lemonade.
Yeah, so I came to Japan and I was like, oh, lemon sour, just lemonade. I'll just get a lemonade. And then I tried it and I was like, this is not lemonade. This is definitely alcoholic. And I was like, no one asked for my ID. Like, how are they to know? But yeah, like I've never once been ID'd. Like even at convenience stores, like they're just like, oh, please press the button. And I'm like, okay, I'll press the button.
How was the food today?
Yeah, it was really good. I was really glad that I got to try unagi before I left Japan.
Is there anything else that you want to try in Japan?
Yeah, I think I go to conveyor belt sushi a lot because it's quite convenient. But I think I really want to try omakase. I think I want to try like proper like chef prepared sushi.
So thank you so much again for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. So have a good day. Have a good one. Yeah.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.